Hi, and welcome back to Chamber Chat TV. I'm Danielle McFadden, president of the Chamber. I'm so excited to have Paul Bettencourt here. We've known each other for a long time,
Yes.
so I feel like it's just two friends sitting around a table.
True, I agree.
So you're the fleet and commercial manager at Gervais, which
Yes.
includes, well, I'll let you talk about all that includes because there's multiple.
Okay, so we have 4 franchises, 4 physical stores. It's a family-owned business. There's Jarvis's all over the place.
There are.
There's a lot of businesses that say they're family-owned, but this is owner-operated. So you can walk into any store and ask for somebody named Jarvis, and at least 1 or 2 people will show up.
That's amazing. I love
that's
that.
That's nice because
It
that makes
is.
a difference, you know, versus there's some big car dealerships where the guy's out on his yacht on Memorial Day making everybody work on the holiday.
Yeah.
You know, this is not like that at all. So being owner-operated, they've been in business for 58 years. 3 of the stores here in Lowell at Mickey Ward Circle. When I give directions, I still say next to the Wang Towers.
Yeah, I was saying on our last segment, Thorndike Exchange, I said they're going to call it comfort betting for years. So it's the same thing.
There you go. So I used to work for Digital, so it was Digital and
Yeah.
Wang. You know, those are the 2 big computer companies. Now neither of them are here, but so we're next to the Wang Towers at the Mickey Ward Circle. There's a Lincoln store, a Volkswagen store, and a Kia store.
Yep.
And then the Ford store is in Ayer, Mass, which sounds really far, but it's like 15 miles in 20 minutes.
It's not far at all. We're so spoiled in this
It's
area that we
terrible,
can
yeah.
like go anywhere. Just pop over.
That's only 10 minutes up, 10 miles up 495. So it's a very close, easy ride.
Excellent.
It's better for me because the dealership I was at before was in Stoneham. Great dealership, nice company, but going up 93 every morning.
Yeah, that's
It's
taxing.
22 miles, it's an hour, it's just torture. So it's nice. I work 2 days here in Lowell.
Yep.
And 3 days up in Ayer, so I go back
Oh, I
and
didn't know
forth,
that.
so
Interesting.
Much better commute for me.
Yeah. Plus, you can offer so many different types of vehicles.
It's exciting.
Which is
you know,
really
I have
nice.
Some of my Ford customers that one of them wants to buy a Volkswagen, the other one
Yeah.
wants to buy a Kia, somebody wants a Lincoln, so it's really giving me a lot more product to offer.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
So, who are your customers primarily?
Well, my customers are, the big 3 are municipalities,
Yep.
B2B, nonprofits, and businesses. And businesses can be anything from an owner-operator, a landscaper, a one-person company, up to companies that have up to 500 vehicles. Okay, so
That's a nice customer.
I've sold vehicles to exactly. I've sold vehicles to Comcast, and I've sold vehicles to landscapers that just have a trailer with 1 lawnmower. So
Yeah.
it can really be almost anybody.
Yeah, and which is so great when you work with Paul is that you treat the one guy landscaper the same as you
Exactly.
treat the Comcast,
They all get the
which
same
is
deal.
great.
Yeah, they all get a great deal.
And you've worked with a lot of nonprofits, and I know personally
Yes.
I'm on the board of the food bank, and you worked
Their
with
van
them,
came out
and
great.
yeah, so thank you for that.
You're
They were
welcome.
thrilled.
I have a van on order for the Lowell Salvation Army.
Yes, I heard that through the grapevine.
Yeah, and we have one going over to the CMAA this week.
Oh, great,
and
excellent.
Mutual Aid Association.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're hitting up the nonprofit
Yeah.
community, which is great because people think nonprofits, they don't have any money, but nonprofits have needs similar to a business in the
Right.
sense they need, vehicles
Yeah.
and those other things,
And
and
a
they
lot
purchase
of the smaller
things.
ones, they don't realize that if it's a legit nonprofit, they're eligible for what they call GPC, government price concessions. So
Oh.
huge incentives, the same as if they were the city of Lowell.
Yep.
Okay, for example, on some of those vans, it can be as much as $8,000.
Oh my gosh, that's
So unless
huge.
you're dealing with somebody like me that's commercial certified through Ford,
Yeah.
the average car dealership you walk in and ask for a 15-passenger van, you're not going to get anywhere near
Yeah.
the deal you'll get by dealing with somebody that's certified and knows the process.
That's so interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, plus Jarvis is so great to the community. You do Driven to Give, and there's a lot of nonprofits
That's how
that
I got
benefit
paid
from
for
that.
years with the Salvation
Yeah,
Army Radio
oh my
Fund,
gosh.
and that's how I got to know that he was a good guy, and
Yeah.
I like to work for him.
That's great. And I had Steve Jarvis as a Spanish teacher.
There's a Jarvis I haven't met. There's many that I haven't
Yeah,
met.
yeah.
They're
He's one of the
everywhere.
brothers.
Yeah.
Like the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Even Walt,
just
right?
a couple of years ago, I had him as a Spanish teacher.
Yeah,
Just
I
a couple.
understand.
But they are a great family and just
Very
very
nice
well
people.
respected in the community.
Absolutely.
So what's the difference between leasing and buying? Because when you're going to get a vehicle, so whether it lease or buy, you should look at all options, correct?
Yeah. So there's really 2 basic types of leasing. You have what they call a retail lease, which would be if Danielle was good. What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a RAV4
We can help
currently.
you with that. So when you go to lease a RAV4, you're doing a conventional retail closed-end lease. Okay, so you told them how many miles you're going to drive,
Yep.
and how many years, and how much you're going to put down, and they gave you a payment. And say, for example, it's 15,000 miles a year for 3 years, you have the ability to drive 45,000 miles without worrying about it. If you drive over that, there's going to be a mileage adjustment. You're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah.
If you drive less, it doesn't matter. The car is going back. So that's a traditional lease, but you can't do anything to your vehicle, right? You got to keep it in good shape. You can't paint it pink or put red lights on it, or
put eyelashes on it. The people that
put eyelashes on it, exactly. They want it back in the same condition that they gave it to you. A commercial lease is totally different, and in that they call an open-end lease. And for example, Toyota can't lease you a dump truck. Okay?
Yeah.
But
thank goodness,
but
because they
Ford
wouldn't want me
will give
driving
you a
one.
commercial lease on a dump truck, okay, on a 15-passenger van, on a utility body truck, a tow truck, delivering a big F-650 tow truck to a company in Lowell tomorrow. You can lease these vehicles through Ford, and you put as many miles as you want on them. Doesn't matter. You can paint them, put your name on it, put stripes on them, put lights on them, do whatever you want with them, because at the end you're gonna purchase that vehicle at the end of that lease.
Oh, interesting.
And there's different tax incentives for leasing versus buying, especially if you're in business. So I always tell people, I'm not your accountant. Talk to the person who does your taxes. I'll give you the figures both ways. Whether you buy or lease, the price will be the same, but there may be some significant extra savings for you leasing it into your business versus buying.
I would have never thought of that.
It's top secret. We don't tell anybody.
Well, you just ruined the secret. I hate to break it to you. So what is a Ford commercial?
Ford commercial is, we just became a Ford commercial certified dealer. So there's over 3,000 Ford stores in the country. There's less than 500 commercial vehicle centers. Okay, so a commercial vehicle center that means they have the people that are trained by Ford to deal with a commercial account, whether it be a landscaper, a builder, doesn't matter what it is. We have the ability to take care of you. You get priority service, you get priority parts availability, because say for example you're a mason, you got 3 dump trucks and one's broken. You're not making any money. When that truck is down, you're out of business. You can't get your supplies to the job site. So there's almost like a VIP process for those commercial accounts, because they understand that when that vehicle's down, you're not making any money. It's costing you money. So being a commercial vehicle center is all about having the proper training, the parts on hand, the vehicles in stock for that type of customer.
Well, so there's not a lot of people that have that capability.
No, it takes a lot of time and money. It's a big investment. Just an average dump truck is $60,000 today. Wow. So if you got 10 of those in stock, with the truck where this dump truck, this tow truck we're delivering, it's almost $90,000.
Wow.
These aren't things that are inexpensive, but they're money makers for the businesses.
Definitely, and you don't want to be without one. If if you have the demand on your end, you want to make sure that you have the vehicle to accommodate that. Very interesting. Now I'm peeking at, okay, Tara got my questions ready. I'm like, it looks like you have something that I don't have, but I have it, I just need to flip. So B2B versus retail.
Okay, so again, very different. When you walk into, if you're looking for a Mustang or Fusion or even a Volkswagen Tiguan or a Kia Sorento, you walk in as Danielle, you're getting a retail transaction, okay, which is the bulk of transactions. A B2B is you call Paul, you email Paul, you text Paul, and next thing you know, Paul's sitting at your desk or at your job site, giving you the information that you need, bring the vehicle to you, look at your trade there, and then you receive the numbers and you approve them, and then the truck shows up. Half of my customers I never meet in person.
Wow.
I've got customers from Maine to Michigan.
Yeah.
It's all done either phone, text, or email. Sometimes it's a whole mishmash of them all, and we understand what you need. We find out what your needs are. Most customers know exactly what they want. Some don't know what they want.
Yeah. Do
I need a van? Do I need a truck? What do I need? We help you find the vehicle. We price it, and we give you the information, and then we deliver the truck to you. So very few times does a customer actually come to the dealership. If they come to the dealership, it's because they want to get out of the office, not because they want to.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make a difference where I am. I could be here. I could be in Lowell and Ayer. I could be at home in Drake. It doesn't matter. I'm still doing business, and we come to the customer. We make it easy for the customer, because if a customer's out schlepping around a car dealerships, wasting time talking to people who may not know what he needs, he's not making money. I want my customers at their desk making money so they can spend it with me.
I think sometimes people feel like that throughout the buying process of a car. It's like, oh, it's going to take so long, but it doesn't have to be that way. If you know what you want and you work with the right people.
Yeah. I have a customer driving to my house tomorrow night with their their daughter's trade-in, so I can look at it in the yard. And
oh my gosh!
They don't have to drive over to Ayer, so
that's great.
That's not a problem. We take care of the customers.
That's great. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Now, I kind of touched upon that, but municipal and nonprofit clients.
Yeah. So like we were talking about
Yeah.
earlier, with customers like the Salvation Army or Andover DPW buys a lot of trucks from me, the town of
Great.
Drake. Housing authorities, school departments, DPWs, state of New Hampshire, state of Vermont, state of Massachusetts. These are all customers, Connecticut, that I've
Wow.
sold vehicles to. They get special, they're called GPC, government price concessions. So it's a very aggressive pricing. It's pricing that you and I are not eligible.
Yeah.
But Ford is the #1 fleet and commercial manufacturer in the country. They own probably 2/3 of that business, and they're very aggressive in obtaining that business. So again, deals that you and I we couldn't get. But it's good because, like I tell the town manager in Drake, I'm going to give you a great deal because these are my tax dollars that I'm saving. So
Yeah, that's great.
when I save you in a car, unless you have to raise my taxes.
Yeah,
So,
perfect.
yeah, and the service that they get is important. That's what keeps them coming back.
Yeah, and I mean, it goes to show you that your pricing is great and your customer service is great if you're getting other states
Exactly.
coming to you to
Yeah.
purchase their vehicles.
Just ordered 2 trucks for the state of New Hampshire.
Wow.
Delivered to Vermont, Connecticut Airport Authority.
Yeah.
We go all over. It doesn't matter.
And I don't think people realize all the different municipalities and nonprofits and businesses that actually need vehicles. You don't really think about it too much.
Well, there's approximately 400 towns in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
right? And each town has a police department, a fire
Yeah.
department, a school department, a housing authority. Every town has to have a housing authority. So there's more
Yeah.
customers out there than I can track down.
Yeah,
but
there's
I
a lot
keep
of
looking for 'em.
opportunity. He's the guy to go to. So if you have any needs at all. Anything else you want the viewers to know about Gervais?
Just that, Gervais has been in business for 58 years, but we just opened this fleet department in January. And business is off.
I didn't realize that. So you kind of opened it up for them.
That's it.
and-
That's
oh,
why
that's
I'm there.
exciting.
Yeah, so it is very exciting. It's
Yeah.
almost like having a 5th franchise to
Yeah.
the mix. So it's really expanding our reach and the customers that we can deal with. Especially if you look at like the Lincoln store, obviously it's a high-end
Yeah.
product, not an expensive car. A lot of those customers own businesses, and they've been buying their vehicles someplace else. Now they don't have to. If they
That's
like to do
great.
business with Gervais Lincoln, for their personal cars,
Yeah.
they can buy their commercial trucks and their commercial vehicles through us now also.
Yeah, and you've been in business for almost 60 years. Well, not personally,
No,
but
not me.
the company's been in business for almost 60 years and very well integrated into the community, does a lot for the community. Like you said, you can't go to a dealership and say Gervais without at least 1 or 2 people coming out with that last name.
Exactly.
And that means a lot to people to do business
does.
with and support local families and support local
Definitely.
businesses that support the community. It's huge.
Right.
So can you give your locations one more time for the different,
Yes.
and talk kind of about, because you have Ford and
Yeah.
Lincoln, Volkswagen,
So
Kia.
Reese Avenue is where the Lincoln store is, the Kia store and the Volkswagen store. So we pretty much have that whole rotary with the exception of the old Wang Towers, which are Cross Point Towers.
I'm like, Crosspoint.
Cross Point, which is a very nice big building. And nice
It
job
is
with that.
gorgeous.
Yeah, so it's nice. So I walk back and forth across that rotary several times a day. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it takes too much time to drive. I'd rather just walk. So we're conveniently located there, which is at the intersection of Route 3 and 495. And then the store and air is on Littleton Road.
Great.
And that's, you can go up 495, get off at the Route 2A 111, and it's 4 miles off the exit. It's very easy to get to. It's also at a rotary. So I
Interesting.
don't know if they have a thing where
A
they
little
buy stores
theme.
at rotaries. I
Yeah.
don't know. There might be some superstition there.
All right. So if you are near a rotary and you want Gervais to go to your rotary,
There you go.
you know who to call.
Absolutely.
If folks want to get in touch with you, how do they call you, contact you?
So the best way is always either my cell or my email, and my cell phone number is 978-866-4124, and my email is paul@jarvisford.com.
And if you don't have a pen handy, give us a call. We'll hook you up with Paul, we promise.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us
My
today,
pleasure.
or joining
Enjoyed
me,
it.
I should say. And I've learned a lot, so it's a win in my book.
Very good. Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you all for tuning in to Chamber Chat this month. Please check out our website at greaterlowellchamber.org. We have a ton of great stuff happening. Thank you so much.